Before the project started in Campsie View, my mum would be constantly having urine infections. She was always being tested for UTIs, and she would be on antibiotics frequently. I would come in and she would be uncomfortable. She'd have to be going to the toilet all the time. She was anxious about being near the toilet, always saying wherever we went, if I took her out somewhere, I need to go to the toilet. And she would be anxious because she was rushing to go to the toilet as well. She felt that it was imminent and she really needed to go. So that was upsetting for her. She would also, when she had a UTI, I would know as soon as I came in, just by the expression on her face, the way she was behaving. She would be unsettled, she would be agitated, she could be a wee bit more intolerant and angry with people. She was unhappy as well. She was unhappy, and that's a big thing for me, because with my mum's condition, there's so many things that I can't do. I can't make her better, but what I feel, if she's happy and she's content, then I'm happy and content, because that makes me feel better to know that she's okay, that she's the best that she can be as such. And so when this was going on as well, because of the amount of antibiotics she was having to get, I was concerned that there would come a point where she was no longer, they would no longer work for her, where she would become resistant, they would become ineffective, and then what would happen to her? What were the consequences of that? How was that going to affect her health? If there was nothing we could do to make her feel better, to get rid of these infections. The benefits to my mum of being part of this project have been that she has been much more content. She has been much more settled. She doesn't rush to the toilet anymore. She doesn't have to take the antibiotics, so she's not on antibiotics. She's not getting UTIs. She's actually not getting the infections in the first place. So the preventative measures that have been taken as part of this project have actually stopped it even getting to that stage. So I'm not concerned anymore about the level of antibiotics that she's on. I'm not coming in and seeing her agitated to the same extent. And in fact, not at all. She's very content. She's very happy. And for me, I actually noticed a difference within a few weeks. It didn't even take months for me to notice the difference in my mum. I noticed the difference within weeks, and I commented to the staff as well about this, because I felt this is great, her being part of this. This is improving her well-being. It's improving her life. And that was one of the things that I thought was important to do with this as well, because anything like this is not just helping my mum, it's helping other people. And if there's ways where just taking it a wee bit more notice of what's happening, or a wee bit more, I'm not saying that people weren't taking care, but actually having procedures in place and processes in place that have been proved to be effective in preventing these UTIs, it means that it helps the residents, it helps the staff as well, and there's a dignity thing there as well. Although she's old and although she has dementia, she still knows that she's having to wear pads and they're uncomfortable, and she would get distressed if she had an accident and things like that. So that's not happening anymore. So that's actually improving her life, and I just think it's a great thing.